Welcome back to the 2024 APP Punta Gorda Open. You can see players on every court as we work our way through this mixed doubles draw. We are in the qualifying round here at Pickleplex, and now it is all about who is going to punch their ticket to the main draw. That is the question between these two teams here on Championship Court. If you've been with us for the afternoon, then you already have seen one of these teams in action. Jessica Warren and Roscoe Bellamy not long ago just took down Randy Blanco and Meredith Laughlin. So they now sit just one win away from earning their spot in the main draw. Going against them is Aibika Kalsarieva and Etienne Blaszkewicz. Blaszkewicz, 31 years old, at the bottom right of your screen, but you can see Roscoe Bellamy there. He is playing with Jessica Warren. Bellamy played his collegiate tennis at UCLA, and now we can talk about Blaszkewicz, 31 years old, out of Quebec, Canada. His partner, Kalsarieva, from Kyrgyzstan, and played collegiate tennis a few places here in the States, but finished it out at the University of Kentucky. There he is, Etienne Blaszkewicz. He and his partner, Aibika Kalsarieva, trying to punch their ticket into the main draw. Warren and Bellamy, more well-known here on the APP Tour, but this duo, not so well-known. What do you think is the biggest thing for this team as they come in against Bellamy and Warren to try and put the nerves aside and just play pickleball?
Well, Kalsarieva and Blaszkewicz, we've seen here and there sporadically. And when we've seen them play well. We've seen Kalsarieva play some singles and do really well and make her a name for herself there. Hey, Ken, I know it's like a broken record for us. We talk about it all the time as these tennis players coming in and making their name for themselves on the single side of things first. Now she's starting to make that push in doubles here. We'll see if she can get into the main draw, her and her partner Blaszkewicz here. But it's a tough task against Bellamy and Warren. But again, I think they're going to play fast. I think they're going to play with some pace. But I think that does feed into just Warren and Roscoe Bellamy too, as they both like to play with some pace as well. They got through their last match. Jenna Hessert and Chris Hayworth.
First round of the quali is they take down Hannah Blatt and Zach Taylor 11-0. Beat a good team in Chris Hayworth and Jenna Hessert 11-8. So it's not easy matches that they've gotten through here to try to punch their way into the main draw.
Chris Hayworth already punched his ticket to championship Sunday. He'll be going against Hunter Johnson in men's singles.
And you hit it right now, right? You have Chris Hayworth and Judith Castillo, who are both playing on championship Sunday. They're not playing main draw for mixed doubles because neither one of them made it out of qualifiers. So, I mean, look how deep these draws are going, and you're just seeing that depth, you know, on the APP Pro Tour here of the players, that you're getting some of them that aren't making it out of qualies for doubles, but are on Championship Sunday for singles.
On any given pickleball court, the game can be yours. Doesn't roll off the tongue quite as smoothly as on any given Sunday.
The game could be yours if the price is right.
If the price is right. We'll work on it. We'll workshop it here. Stay with us.
But
find out what we're going to do.
The thing about this, too, and we didn't even mention it, but it is abbreviated format too right now because of the rain. It's 1 game to 11.
Yep.
So anything can happen there as well.
Exactly. So we'll talk a little bit more about the rules here in this qualifying round. Like you mentioned, Dom, it is 1 game to 11. Must win by 2. 3 rounds to make it through to the main draw. Of the 24 teams, only the top 4 advance. We just saw Ryan Foster and Nicholas Acevedo punch their ticket to that main draw. Eduardo Irizarry and Alexis Scholl also making it to the main draw. So this, and then we're waiting on one more match to finish out that main draw field. 1 game to 11, win by 2. Let's play pickleball, shall we? Jess Warren with the serve.
Nice job, Bellamy, being ready for the counter, right? So he speeds up the first one, but he's ready for the counter from Blaszkewicz.
1-0-2. 1-0-2, the score for Warren serve. Bellamy just leaving that dink short. Doesn't quite put enough lift on it, so it'll be a side out here. First chance to see Aibika Kalsarieva with the serve.
Excellent job from Blaszkewicz there, working his way back into the point. Kalsarieva kind of moved up into that transition area. Blaszkewicz had to stay back behind defense mode. Finally drops it down into the kitchen. Oh,
had it.
Blaszkewicz ready with the Ernie.
He started his Ernie before Bellamy even hit that ball right there. Read it perfectly, but
yeah, it takes off.
Running cross court, but just pulls it wide. That time Bellamy with the spot in the middle, perfectly placed. Forces side out.
And we talk about these players and their height, and Roscoe Bellamy, very tall, about 6'4", 6'5", long reach, using every inch of it right there.
That's good shape there from Bellamy. Focuses on getting underneath the ball, accelerating through it. Good dip below the net. That one, not so much. He tries to do a little bit too much.
Yep.
Flattens out that swing and doesn't get the bite.
It looks over at us because after their last match, he walked past us, and you and I, Chad, were talking to him and talking about, you know, that ball through transition, that one right there, or just taking something off that.
Great finish there from Jessica Warren.
Well, it's the spot of that speed up. So a good spot for a girl to attack the guy is elevated up at that throat, that center mass.
Nothing personal.
You know, if you watch most guys, their ready position is a little bit lower. It's right at the belt. There's a reason for that. It's just natural. It just naturally occurs. A woman's ready position is a little bit higher up around the chest. It just naturally occurs. So right there, he goes at the belt.
And it's there, right?
And Blaszkewicz's paddle is right there. Doesn't have to do anything, just gets a paddle on it, and it's past Bellamy. Better spot right there would have been something elevated into that center mass.
And even Blaszkewicz puts up his hands like, sorry, you just hit my paddle.
Second serve.
Blaszkewicz a little frustrated there.
2-3-2.
Ball just slid off of the paddle, didn't quite grab enough to give the lift. Yeah, she's got to take that out of the air. That's the difference to tennis. You let that ball bounce. It comes up, you hit an overhead.
Right.
Pickleball, you let that ball bounce, it stays down, and you've lost your positioning.
Gave Blaszkewicz time to get up and get ready. So it's now a tie game here in our game to 11. Kalsarieva with the serve.
Good recovery from Bellamy as he went for the Ernie and then steps back in the court perfectly and is ready for that forehand speed up in the middle. It goes right there, but then gets back and is ready.
3-3-1, Bellamy with the serve.
That's a case of trying to rush up to the kitchen line on that return. Body moves into the ball there from Blaszkewicz, and the return just sails on him.
Great little Ernie there from Blaszkewicz. Right at Bellamy.
Well, I'd like to see Bellamy back off this ball right here and let Warren take that. Let her take that and get them back in that point. He's reaching, and then he's trying to go cross court with that and push it.
Good roll there from Blaszkewicz. Doesn't come up there for Warren. Slides through, she catches it. A little deep to the body.
Bellamy with the forehand. Quick pace to it. It's under the paddle of Blaszkewicz. Pushes him onto their second serve. Kalsarieva
3-4-2.
with the serve, 3-4-2.
Oh, nobody saw it.
Your call stands.
Kalsarieva called that one out.
So no one called it at first, I don't think.
Well, Kalsarieva called it out. It was,
Looked
does
long.
look like
Looked
it was
long.
out.
No,
Yeah.
Aibika. Good. 4-4-2.
So it will tie us up here, 4-4-2.
See, and Warren almost does bait her opponent into that right there. She wants you to speed that up in the middle. So she's baiting you almost with that little bit of a high dink. She's sitting on that. She just misses that.
Great placement there. Bellamy, little backhand flick down the line. Gets the side out.
Yeah, it's a tough spot there with Kalsarieva coming forward. The ball is
4-5-1.
still up from Blaszkewicz, not able to get that ball below the net. So Kalsarieva is just a sitting target there in the middle of the court. And
Second
similar
serve.
thing there for Bellamy.
Pushing them onto their second serve.
4-5-2.
Roscoe Bellamy, former collegiate tennis player at UCLA, with the serve.
Point.
I like the big serve there from Bellamy. He caused a short return, but I didn't like the
5-5-2.
spot Warren went. She's got to go cross court hard. She went right at Blaszkewicz, who's in front of her.
Side out.
Bellamy wanting that one back as soon as it left his paddle.
Oh,
He knew he missed the one out of the air.
Yeah,
5-5-1.
little bit of a second guess. Lets that ball bounce and gets back behind him.
Point. Timeout. Change ends.
So the
6-5-1.
end change here
1
goes
minute.
the way of Kalsarieva and Blaszkewicz. They take a 6-5 lead here as we switch sides in this game to 11. Must win by 2, and this one has been tightly contested. Exchanging points here on championship court. It's like there's a spot in the main draw on the line.
There's only 2 left. 2 matches still going on. You got Marcella Donatoni and Casey Diamond taking on Phil Locklear, and Carolina Mayorga Perry are also playing right now.
So here's a look at what's at stake here. We're in our qualifier quarterfinals, which means that the winner advances to the main draw. And of course, that is where you can expect to meet a whole lot of our pros here on the APP Tour, including somebody like Yates Johnson, who is sitting
15
courtside
seconds.
there, friends
Caught
with
him.
Roscoe Bellamy.
Caught him eating some dinner up on camera.
Yeah, well,
Time hit.
listen,
6-5-1.
7:30 here
Yeah.
local time. Got to get fueled.
That's a good sell there for Bellamy. Sells it with the body. Makes it look like he's going to go cross court at Kalsarieva. Just pushes it back
6-5-2.
behind Blaszkewicz. Gets it behind him.
6-5-2, the score for Kalsareva's serve.
Good 1-2 combo there from Blaszkewicz. Goes right at Jessica Warren.
7-5-2.
Kalsarieva and Blaszkewicz now taking their first multiple point lead of this game. But very quickly, Bellamy and Warren get the ball back on their side. Another look here at how they did it.
Well, it's not an easy ball here either
5-7,
from Bellamy as he pulls that cross his body.
It's an excellent spot there from Blaszkewicz. And how about the pickup on the aggressive drop from Warren? Somehow digs it from between his feet. But that one, Warren's sitting a little too heavy on the backhand side. Blaszkewicz goes straight into that right hip.
He's finally getting the angle he needs on the overhead. Couldn't reach in far enough to get the first couple, but then finds that angle that, Chad, you and I talk about with the overhead.
7-5-1.
Good patience showed there by Blaszkewicz. Get the ball back on their side of the net. Chance to extend this lead, but Warren on the attack.
That was last match.
Last match.
Sorry.
7-5-2.
Bellamy that time, he says, okay, I can jump, I can get big, I can put some power in that.
Well, I think Blaszkewicz thought that ball was going to come back deeper from Bellamy. It was an excellent drop from Blaszkewicz, and Bellamy just bumped it back over. Got it to the feet of Blaszkewicz.
Second serve.
Warren's trying to go too much cross court. Now, I don't want her to change the spot up to try and go inside foot
5-7-2.
on Kalsarieva because Blaszkewicz is sitting middle. She needs to go soft behind Blaszkewicz. If she can just flip that ball soft behind him, it keeps him honest. Not speed it up, but go soft behind him to that tee on the sideline.
7-5-1.
Tried to change direction and push it over there. Bellamy had the opportunity to be a little bit more aggressive with that ball.
8-5-1.
8-5-1 the score for Blaszkewicz's serve.
Oh no.
Little miscommunication there. Bellamy looked like he was winding up ready for it. Warren also doing the same. Another look here at the miscommunication.
9-5-1.
9-5-1. Blaszkewicz and Kalsarieva on a run here.
Second serve.
A better finish there for Warren and Bellamy. With a good roll there from Bellamy to create the pop-up.
That's a great return from Warren. Aggressive, really put the pressure on Kalsarieva right there.
Set up the opportunity for Bellamy to put it away and get the ball back on their side. Trailing by 4 here in our game to 11 and misses the serve into the net.
Can't have those at this point.
Tough time to give up unforced errors when your opponent has
5-9-2.
gone on a 4-0 run here. So it's just 2 points away from taking this match, and you've got an opportunity to get back into it.
Yeah, Bellamy should have gone the ball before. Didn't. Tried to make up for it on that one. Was just overextended. Went for a little too much power as well.
Second serve.
That serve out from Blaszkewicz. So on to their second serve.
9-5-2.
Kalsarieva with it.
That'll work.
That's a spot. She was
I mean,
trying to go to
you
the
were
spot.
talking deeper, but it was even better to
That
just
works.
catch the net and drop it over.
That works perfect.
5-9-1.
5-9-1, the score for Bellamy's serve.
Yeah, good spot there. Good setup from Warren. Pushed a couple of balls out wider, brought it back to the left foot of Kalsarieva. She didn't move the foot.
6-9-1.
Blaszkewicz tries to come over and take it. Both of them beat on that same ball.
Great attack there from Blaszkewicz in the middle. Getting big. Another look.
6-9-2.
Perfect spot down the middle, splitting the difference.
Point of contention.
Point.
That was ambitious at best. The ball's in the kitchen, and he's reaching and trying to roll that. Now Warren and Bellamy making a nice little run.
7-9-2.
Ended a 4-0 run that Kalsarieva and Blaszkewicz had gone on to get 2 points of their own. It's now a 2-point match.
Warren recognized that Blaszkewicz was off balance because he was leaning into the kitchen on this one right here. She recognizes a little bit of a off balance right there and him trying to regroup, and she goes right at him with the speed up. I like it.
And don't look now, but Jessica Warren and Roscoe Bellamy with an opportunity to tie things up here in our qualifying round. Quarterfinals of this one, which means that whoever wins this has earned their spot in the main draw. Chance to take on the pros and earn your ticket to Championship Sunday. This is a game to 11, must win by 2.
So good time out here from Kalsarieva and Blaszkewicz, trying to slow the roll here of Warren and Bellamy. They're back within one.
Little 3-0 run here by Warren and Bellamy. Jessica trying to make it 4.
Try to do a little too much with it. When you rush through, you have a tendency to close the paddle.
9-8-1.
Come in a little flat.
Bellamy on the attack there at the end of that point.
It started with the first speed up. He didn't try and do too much with, and he got the second and then the third. There's the first, second, and then the put away. Great setup, good point construction from Roscoe Bellamy.
It's like he went from 50% to 75 to 100.
Point.
Nice love off of the net cord there for Blaszkewicz. Brings up match point.
So an opportunity here for Kalsarieva and Blaszkewicz to punch their ticket to the main draw.
I'll recall.
Aibika Kalsarieva with the serve.
Sorry. 10-8-2.
10-8-2. Great earning there from Roscoe Bellamy past the paddle of Blaszkewicz.
You're spot on the line, and you're going Ernie cross-court backhand on a shallow ball.
8-10-1.
Gutsy.
So defend the match point. Do Bellamy and Warren.
Oh, that's too much. Again, Warren trying to do a little too much with that drive.
So it will push them on to their second serve. Roscoe Bellamy with it.
That's better right there. Good adjustment from Warren.
Right into the body. Doesn't allow Kalsarieva to get any extension. She takes a step back and it keeps following up.
Chance to tie things up here for Bellamy and Warren. up there from Blaszkewicz, and it just kisses the baseline.
Just hangs on right there.
Take another look here.
10, 9, 1.
Bellamy giving a little nod of the head, and now it sets up another match point opportunity.
Second
Way too much on that one, though. So now it's a third match point opportunity for Kalsarieva and Blaszkewicz.
10, 9, 2.
Oh, that's an excellent speed up there from Blaszkewicz to take that one back through the middle.
And it earns him and Kalsarieva a spot in the main draw here at the APP Punta Gorda Open. So the qualifying round, another ticket punched to the main draw. Let's look at how they got it done.
Again, Chad, you called it. It's a good pull in the middle. He holds it till the very end. He didn't do this shot much in the match, right? Didn't look for this, but he waits for the right opportune time here in the middle to pull the trigger, and it's the game winner.
And so that is the final match that needed to be decided in our qualifying round. So take a look at all of the players, all of the teams who have punched their ticket into the main draw here in Punta Gorda. Of course, you just saw Aibika Kalsarieva and Etienne Blaszkewicz punched their ticket over Jessica Warren and Roscoe Bellamy. Earlier, you saw Ryan Foster and Nicholas Acevedo. They won over Andreas Silstrom and Krista Getcheva. And then Eduardo Irizarry and Alexa Scholl also moving on. And our final team who is moving on in mixed doubles to the main draw, Justin, Philip Locklear, and Carolina Mayorga Perry, who have moved on to our main draw. And so, my friends, that is what we'll have for you next. Shall we do it?
Let's get started.
Mixed doubles main draw. Let's get this party started at 7:42 local time here in Florida. We'll have live action in mixed doubles when we come back.